Hello, friends. Oh, I need to turn this game volume down. Oh, geez, that's very loud. I need to turn my music down. Hold on. Ah. Okay, that's better. Do. Okay. Hi, Bunny. Sounds good to me. What kind of snacks you got?
Yo.
Hey, how's it going? Well, I gotta turn you way up. Are you able to hear me okay? Oop. Here's an onion chips. That sounds great. You there, Mitch?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect.
I'm
Just
not.
Discord decides to change all my settings as soon as I accept the call. That's
Oh,
very
we
nice of them.
we always love that. I run into that a lot. But how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I need to shift one thing real quick. So I got my questions over here. But I figured if you're down for it, we could play the game a little bit
Yeah,
and
sure.
talk about it. So, my first question, are you having a good day?
Yeah, I am. It's a nice sunny day today, which is it's a bit meaningless because I'm stuck inside working, but it's nice to look at, and it's nice to
Butter. Add butter. Add
dream
butter.
about
Add
going
butter.
outside
Add
at some
butter. Add
stage.
butter.
But
Add butter. Add butter. Add
no,
butter.
it's a good day. I think we're at a really, I guess, busy point in development. So, but we can see the light at the end of the tunnel at the stage, which is really cool. So it's really exciting to be so close, I think. Um, so yeah, it's a really good day.
That definitely makes sense. I'm glad to hear that. It seems like you're really passionate about the game, and honestly, with what I played, I really enjoyed it, and you've put a lot of work behind it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game that we've always wanted to make. I suppose it's the game's type of game that we grew up playing. Like the Spyros, the Crash Bandicoots,
Yeah,
all of those kind of half terrible, half amazing Disney 3D platformers that came out. I think we like love those.
yeah, but it's what we had when we were growing up. It's for some of us our first introduction to a game. It's what got us to fall in love with the hobby.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So we just had to start with that, really, I think. And we never imagined that we would create a full game. I think we sort of just started playing around with trying to make a game and just seeing what we could do, and then it just eventually exploded into this massive thing. Some people call it scope creep, I suppose, but
Call it
the
what? Sorry,
scope creep. Um,
scope creep.
Basically, yeah, a project ballooning out because of things you just keep wanting to add. Like, I mean, this just started as yeah, I guess a playground to hone our development skills, and it burst into this giant game. But I mean, it's really cool. I think we, yeah, just wanted, yeah, wanted to make our own. There's not enough platformers out there, so we wanted to make another one.
I can agree with that. And then I guess that leads up to my follow up question. Like, what was the original idea that was like the spark with turning this into what it has become with the gameplay elements, the style? I made a joke when I streamed my first gameplay of this that it felt like a Souls-like. And what do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on the Souls like, but the in terms of I guess like how it started, the idea in terms of it was never one sort of like aha, like one big idea. It was this just continuation of just basically the whole project can be summed up as just this thing that just got out of hand. Um, so we like my partner had the idea for the whole blobby form of the character, and that eventually it started, we didn't when we started it didn't have any of the absorb powers, it didn't have any of these things, so we didn't have this giant plan before we started making it. We started by just making something run around the screen, and then be able to sort of attack enemies and stuff, and then it sort of just began to we realized that we needed to add a bit more to it, something to make it stand out, so it wasn't just a very generic platformer. So we started taking inspiration from things like Kirby and other sort of games that uh, we could draw inspiration from, and we basically wanted to make something ridiculous and just super silly and just given to any of those weird intrusive thoughts that we had while developing the game, like turning into a couch and all these tiny little blobs that are called Michael and stuff. It's just like absolutely absurd things, but setting up a world where we can, I guess, where anything is possible, I guess, as long as it's family friendly, I suppose. But the so that's yeah, so we never really had this big idea, this big plan of like where we wanted to be or where we wanted to go. It's sort of we just really just went with the flow, and because we put out a demo really early. We put a demo probably like a couple months after started developing this, and it was pretty rubbish, but luckily for us, we managed to get some players on board to give feedback, and throughout that entire process of like the past 2 years or so, we've just been constantly iterating and iterating to the point where it's now starting to feel pretty good,
I'd say so. The
so
gameplay is pretty seamless and smooth.
yeah, so that was, I mean, I guess in a way it was always the plan to make something good, right? But that didn't happen overnight. That we didn't sort of sit down and plan, this is exactly how we're going to do this. We just got like a lot. We started very naive, so we just had to get like a lot of feedback, a lot of advice along the way. So that's really helped shape the way the game is today, which is really cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I feel like you were digging on me because I'm currently the couch.
Oh no, I mean it's just it's a good example of just an idea that sounds so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But stuff that we just had to make happen.
And I mean, you said it was basically just like you throw ideas at the wall and see what sticks and what's fun and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, totally. Like we don't have a massive game design or game development Bible that we're sticking to. It's sort of just whatever feels right, whatever makes us laugh, I think, is kind of that's the bar, and it's a very low bar. So we I mean, if that's any indication of how we sort of like come up with that stuff, that's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah. And I was curious. I've been curious for a while. So I know that you guys have had, I think it was your daughter, right? Voice some of the Michaels and stuff.
Yeah. So she and we recorded those when she was I think she was like 1 or 2, so like quite a little while ago, right at the start of the development. And they were called something different, and they weren't the Michaels at that stage, but we just followed her around with a microphone, with my phone actually, and basically tried to get her to say stuff, and all she really could say was like hi and Teeto and stuff, and that was enough. So we've tried to treat those audio files to make them as good as possible because I record on like an iPhone 6 or something like that.
Oh
So
goodness.
but yeah, I mean we had to have it in there, and then we ended up putting her in there again as like a berry and a couple of other characters. So she's littered throughout the whole thing.
I don't think I found a berry when I played through it. Actually.
Oh, true. Yeah, it's in the Sunshine Forest level. It's the one that you've got to take a berry to Kieran, the big bird.
I did not realize that was a thing. I completely missed that. Hold on. Going to the forest.
Yeah, go check it out. It's kind of and that's like inspired by a bunch of different things. Basically, it's like a nihilistic little berry, similar to if you've seen the Super Mario movie. I think the first one. There's like the star.
Yeah.
It's really cute, and it just says the most cooked things. So kind of taking a bit of inspiration from stuff like that. So if you just up ahead.
Not this time. Not gonna happen. Oh, Kieran ain't falling for that one again.
That's the big bird. That's Kieran.
I don't remember seeing that my first time through here.
It's probably had an update in the past 2 or 3 months. Not sure when you sort of first played it, but yeah. And then if you sort of take it to the left, and then you can go up and you can go grab a berry. You got a little Michael here.
Yeah, I just got the Michael that I hadn't seen before too. How did I miss this?
I mean, you could have like gone straight right and just continued on and missed all the stuff. I mean, there's like this one, but explorative, more of an explorative level.
True that. Okay, and you said I need to take the berry to the bird to the left?
In my face.
Yeah. So he flew off down that way. So you've got to be able to take the berry over there somehow.
I accidentally murdered the berry. I didn't mean to do that. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
That was my daughter, dude.
I'm sorry, okay.
I'm right here.
All right.
I mean, luckily for you, she's unlimited, so.
That's good. And then, okay, you said I needed to go to the left, or?
Yep, you need to get over that way.
How do I get over there?
Just into me.
With the berry?
You gotta figure it out.
Don't I have to zip line?
End of the tunnel.
I'm very confused. I'm normally better about this kind of stuff.
You do have to you have to get over there first and then come back.
Oh. Gotcha, I understand now.
Hey guys, I need your help. There's a berry all the way over there, and it's just calling my name. Kieran, eat me, please. And I'm like, of course I will, little berry. I am starving.
Oh no, my chat is calling me out for murdering your child.
Why can't you just
It's
fly
alright, I
over
forgive
here
you.
yourself and get it?
It's an honest mistake.
Thank you.
There's shadow monsters over that way. Not that I'm scared or nothing. Besides, have you ever tried flying with low blood sugar? It's not ideal.
Where did you come up with some of the dialogue for this? Because I love all the dialogue in this game.
If you get me that
Oh
berry,
really? Oh,
then you
thank
can
you.
have the shiny
Honestly,
vine
it's just
and if you don't help me,
like
well,
we just
I
sat
guess
down and
that
just wrote some
I don't
stuff.
know. I
I
guess
think
it means you
it's
guys aren't
just
cool.
the type of stuff that kind of
I would
I
like
don't know.
that
I suppose it's just
vine,
our humor. It's kind of like just a bit dry, but sarcastic, but just stupid, really. So yeah, you've got to smash that rock to be able to get past.
Oop, wrong button. There we go. Oh, I see. Okay. Gotcha. I understand it now. So, okay. I'm gonna keep asking you questions while we're doing
Yeah, go
this.
for it.
Hold on, let me pull up my next question. What was the hardest technical thing that you had to deal with during the development so far?
Oh, I guess other than the general lack of skill, I
Just
guess,
in the
which
bin.
was the hardest thing because this is our first game. This is our first real
Yeah.
dive into
How
anything
is the
game development. Like
candle?
we've been doing
Nothing until
game development adjacent stuff for a while, kind of like using
my Disney
Unity, which is the game engine that we
become
use
jam.
for app development and sort of some web development stuff. So we kind of like no stranger to
I'm very
interactive
sad.
stuff. But in
Mm.
terms of like actual core game development, we were such babies. We had no idea what to do. So I guess
What
there's the
comes first?
general, just not knowing anything, trying to figure that out along the way, and then
The
going
worms are
back
waiting
and
for
redoing
me.
things because we found better ways of doing things and more optimized ways of doing things. So I think generally that
I
was
see the
probably
light
the
at the
hardest
end
thing to
of the
overcome.
tunnel.
But that's a constant thing, right? Like we don't know what we don't know. So there'll be for our second and third game there will be a lot of things that we're running into probably of, oh, why did we do it that way? That was so dumb, etc., etc. But I think other than that would be generally just optimization stuff. I think that's definitely something that trips a lot of new developers up and probably seasoned developers as well. But
Yeah.
trying to, because
I
we're
have
also
fits in
targeting
my
the Nintendo
face.
Switch 1 on this,
Oh.
it has to be really uh,
What
you have to be
comes
very,
first?
very
Oh.
particular about how you're optimizing it. So making sure that we're doing everything right. We're not just throwing a whole bunch of stuff in there.
I see the light
And
at the
when
end
we
of the
started, it
tunnel.
kind of was like that. We'd drop 3D models in there. We'd just, throw any old shader on it and then throw
Don't
away. As
worry,
long as it ran on my
only
computer,
over
it's
soon.
fine, But then once it goes out there, especially on PC, where everyone has
The
a different
light
setup,
goes
everyone has
pointless.
all sorts of different sort of computer makeups that we are trying to make sure that it runs
I'm
smoothly
very
on
sad.
everything. So
That makes
there's a lot
sense.
of there's a big learning process there. And I mean part of
The
that is also
end
just
is
working with the if
nigh.
someone comes and they're like, oh, it doesn't really run that great on my computer, then being able to work with them directly,
I
being like,
have
hey, well,
fits in my
if I provide you with
face.
another build, does this work better? Trying some things out because we only have what like a couple of
How
computers
is the
here
candle?
that we can
Nothing
test out. I know
until
and recently we've obviously got a publisher who's got their own QA arm and all that stuff, and they're really
my
great.
Disney
But before we had that, it was
become jam.
just us and what we had. So definitely leaning on a lot of just
The
any
worms
players
are
who
waiting
would
for
be,
me.
helpful enough to lend their time, to help us make it
Just
more
in the
optimized.
bin.
So I think it should be all right now. There's obviously still like a lot of work to do. We're still in the process of porting to Nintendo Switch
How
1
is the
for
candle?
the sort of
Nothing
simultaneous
until
release with
nothing.
with PlayStation and PC. But
Mm.
the
I'm very sad.
it's feeling a lot better now. We've definitely got better processes in place, and it's
Don't
one of those
worry,
things that
only
I
over
think
soon.
won't trip us up as much when we move on to the next game because we will have some of those.
What
I guess
comes first? Oh.
we're a bit more disciplined when it comes to that stuff. So
Yeah, because I mean, we all got to start
Just in the
somewhere.
bin.
really, yeah, definitely.
And then, like, okay, this one might be like a dumb question, but like, what was the very first thing that you created for this game?
Oh, yum.
The very first thing,
Good.
the very first
Tastes
thing
even
we
better 'cause I
created was
earned it, you know?
grass.
Here's that vine
I
nut that
think
I promised.
we.
It's no
I
good
think
to me anyway.
I just recently
What am I gonna
shared
do with it? I'm a bird.
a clip on social
It's
media
time to go now. I believe in
yesterday
you.
of
From
just
a
like
safe distance.
the
Well, that's
just a small
reassuring.
clip of like what it looked like on day one, and it was literally just like grass, a platform, and we had this like pink blob thing that was walking around, and I could like so it was just like a very simple character controller and some grass, just to be able to get a character moving around the screen. The camera's following the character. You can sort of jump between platforms, and it had like just a NPC that it would just follow you. Couldn't attack you or anything yet, but it would, sort of they'd have some sort of pathfinding, so it could walk towards you and stuff. So that was the day one. So we got quite a bit done, just in terms of let's get something playable where I can just run around the screen and, you know. So that was the very first thing we did, and yeah, it didn't end up turning into like an actual proper game with some sort of loose plan for probably at least a month or so after that.
I mean, that's fair. And I mean, grass seems like a pretty good way to get things started. Grass is fairly important.
Yeah, I mean, it probably wasn't optimized at all. Like, it probably wouldn't run on anything now that I'm looking at it. But yeah, I mean, at least it looked alright and definitely gave us like a good start. Because I think we always loosely knew what style that we wanted to make this game in, like kind of bit of toon shading, bit of, you know, kind of bright, colorful type things. So, which goes hand in hand with a platformer. So, I guess we always had that, and we haven't deviated too far from that.
Yeah. Oh my, I missed this too, apparently, when I first played through. I just speed ran that first bit, huh? I feel like I missed out on some cool stuff. But anyways, what's been your favorite part of making this game?
Favorite part? There's lots of really cool things. I think my most favorite part is probably just writing a lot of the dialogue and bringing like random NPC characters to life. And I think and it's been made all the more better because we've had a bunch of like professional voiceover artists actually come on board and lend their voices to some of the NPCs. So before that, it was literally just me and my partner doing all of the voices. I mean, it worked for like a demo, but not not for every character in the game. So and you can tell the difference as soon as you hear their voices, that it just feels so well done, so professional. Really takes it that step higher, and being able to sort of animate the characters to their voice is just super satisfying. So yeah, that's probably been one of the best bits about and I think other than that, probably just where we're at now, where everything is kind of pretty much done. It's just getting like a sort of a final polish pass, so we're just adding in little bits of animation and little bits of sort of just extra stuff everywhere that really helps bring these worlds to life, I think. And that's really cool, especially because some of these levels were developed a year and a half ago. Being able to come back to them and add, you know, just like a fresh bit of polish, making sure the lighting's up to scratch and all that stuff, then yeah, it just makes it feel so much better, and it's a very satisfying process.
I don't doubt it. And then, so one of the favorite things that I did find when I was playing through this for the first time was the Peak crossover.
Yeah.
How did you guys end up with that?
Well, it's all thanks to the community manager at AgroCrab, Paige. She is a Kiwi, so she's from New Zealand. We sort of know her personally, and that's sort of that's the only reason why we're able to sort of score something as good as that. But she's so great, and AgroCrab are amazing. They've and Landfall as well. They obviously they're devs, so they're like very supportive of other developers, and that helped us a lot. That post on when we first sort of like added Bing Bong to the Discord, single-handedly gave us an Instagram. Pretty much, our Instagram never got any traction before that, and then all of a sudden we had
sneaky.
a couple thousand followers, which is amazing. Like, and that was all thanks to that sort of peak crossover. So it really does help a lot, and it was just really cool to sort of use that because obviously Peak is amazing, and the Bing Bong thing is very hilarious. So being able to draw on that and being able to have the freedom to kind of do whatever we want with it was really cool. They didn't really seem to care at all. They were sort of just so that was amazing. And we've got like a couple more sort of crossovers, which are going to be really cool.
Yeah.
But we're sort of just saving those final game for when it comes out. But yeah, some cool, exciting stuff in the works.
Well, hell yeah. I apologize if language is.
Oh no, it's all good.
And then, like, what are some things that you feel comfortable sharing with me that is coming up soon that you are particularly excited about?
I guess don't have a lot of information to share right now, other than I guess in terms of where the game is at, it's pretty much done. Other than a whole bunch of sort of polish that needs to be done, but it's fully playable. It's feeling really great. I'm super excited for it to come out. We've got probably on the horizon, I'm not sure when. Obviously, our publisher has this all handled, but we've got things like the release date announcement of when that's going to come out, and all of the other things around that. Where we're trying to. And there's a couple extra things that we'd love to do. It will depend on how much time we sort of have at the end of this sort of polish phase, of how much extra things we can do, or if it's one of those things that will get added sort of post-launch. But we have yeah, a lot of ideas that we're trying to sort of refrain from going crazy with, because we'd rather put out something super polished than rush anything just to get it in, knowing that we can, you know, with games these days, we can do sort of a free patch after a month or so with all the things that we wanted to do. So yeah, unfortunately, like not a ton of information that I can really share right now, but just exciting stuff, and it won't be too long before this game is out, which is really cool, really exciting.
It seems like it. Oh, I died. I was busy paying attention. But no, this game, to me, it just feels like a piece of my childhood that I've been missing for a while and have needed. So getting the chance to interview is honestly great for me.
Oh yeah, no, it's no problem at all.
And I'm very excited for when the full game releases. I'm hoping I can snag a copy once it comes out. And
yeah, definitely.
But oh, speaking of Peak, here it is.
Bing, bong.
Yeah, so
Battlestar
I mean, what's cool about that is, like, not only did sort of Paige allow us to basically use Bing Bong sort of on the half of Aggro Crab and Landfall, but she lended her voice as well, so she voices that character.
I was gonna say, because it sounded exactly like her when I played through this, and I figured that was how it was. It's really exciting.
Yeah. So everyone knows her voice from, obviously, like the Aggro Crab social media stuff. Like, she kills it, absolutely kills it on that. So, and they've got like another game coming out soon as well.
Oh, they do?
Crew. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the forklift one.
Yeah, so that one's played the demo at Next Fest, and it's really fun. So I can't wait to. I think that comes out maybe next month. So can't wait to grab that. But yeah, it's they've been so good to us.
Well, that's always a good thing, especially like making friends with a bigger game company like that is always going to be helpful. And you guys are going to have friends long way down the road with them, probably.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, they just obviously, like, Peak blew up big time, but even before that, like, I was huge fans of theirs with Another Crab's Treasure. They love that game.
Yes.
You know, kind of like 3D platformer. That's more of a Souls-like. But absolutely love that game. And but Peak obviously took them sort of out of this world, you know, that blew up big time. So I'm so happy for them. But the fact that they are, you know, absolutely killing it and still happy to sort of support small devs, you know, I don't know, I just think that's really cool.
I agree. Are you planning any more crossovers like that, or intermingled content for this game, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so there'll be definitely crossovers from other games. Nothing I can announce yet, but
perfectly fine.
There'll be some really cool stuff that we're super excited about. So We just have to finish the game and get it out before all of these games are super old and the references are really old. So so not long to go now though.
I was gonna say, are you allowed to tell me around how soon the game's gonna be coming out?
No, not without getting in trouble by the publisher, probably.
I don't.
It won't be too long. It'll be like because we're it won't be too far away. I think I can't remember when the release date announcement is, but it's coming up real soon. I think. I mean, I honestly like we've sort of just like put it out of our hands, and we're just focusing on development as much as possible. We're going to be in Japan next month for a Bit Summit, which is really cool. So that's looking forward to that super long flight over to Japan, but that will be amazing, showing
I'm
off the game
peeking.
and getting a bit of sort of press on it before before we kick into the whole
miss my
release schedule
kids.
stuff. So that will be lots of cool stuff coming up. But
Are
you
just trying to
taking me
make
on a
time to actually make sure everything's all finished, because want to be able to deliver a solid
Bing-a-ling-a-ling.
not buggy game. I think that's the main thing.
True. Nobody likes a
Hold me
buggy
closer,
game.
Johnny Danza.
Oh, actually, that does raise a couple more questions. Followed or led off by one, because I found that room with the wedding dress. Is there like a particular purpose behind that, and what does like the ability do?
Bing, bong.
Yeah, so that was more so just a little Easter egg, because we like about a year and a half ago, about a year and a half ago, I proposed to my partner, the other half of the studio, using like a we're working on sort of co-op games, and I sort of made the secret little sort of that room basically to propose to her, and we grabbed the clip, and she said we should just share it online because it would be really cool, and then it sort of blew up, and then people loved it, and like got to the front page of Reddit and stuff, and lots of people were asking to put it in the game. So yeah, we we did. We put it in our demo. It's just like a little sort of Easter egg type thing, and yeah, I mean that was really cool. So I mean that's the story behind that loosely. I think like we're still deciding what to do with it in terms of when the full game comes out. I think it's gonna have like a little bit of a change, but yeah, I think keeping that in, because I mean there are a lot of sort of things like little Easter eggs, even as just stuff for us, you know, lit it throughout the game.
True that. Oh god, I just lost my questions. It's fine. But in other, oh god, I lost all my questions. Give me like 5 seconds. I'm terribly sorry.
You're all good.
I'm not trying to take all your time. Where'd they go? Here we go. Okay. Where'd it go? Oh god, I am terrible. Okay. This one's probably more of a silly question again,
Sure.
but like, what was like a happy accident that happened during this? I mean, you obviously just
You
talked
did it.
about the
Aimong has planted his
proposal and
flag upon
everything.
the summit. The prophecy
And
is finally
that
fulfilled,
is so
and
cute.
now you are worthy
I love
of
that
the
so
Scout's
much.
uniform. Wear it proudly, fellow Scouts.
But like,
yeah, I
what?
mean, in terms of unexpected, I mean, there's been a lot. I think one of the a good example is one of the levels that isn't in the demo, but will be in the full game, was the there's these characters, these like little mushroom kids, kind of like similar. It looks a little bit similar to say like Toad from Super Mario, but these just like sort of mushroom characters in one of the levels, and they're trying to get you to go find them a lemon to make some lemonade. But the we had it was just some bug when I was testing that blew one of the characters up a crazy amount, and they were just sitting in the distance, and they were like 300 times the size that they should be, and it was really funny. So I shared the clip online, and then lots of people were like, "You have to put this in the game."
Yeah, I think I saw that clip.
Yeah, so I was like, sure, because I mean, we thought it was really funny, and when we thought about it like this, it was going to be a lot funnier than what we were going to do in the first place. So yeah, definitely something unexpected, but I guess because we have such a small team, we can kind of just easily roll with stuff like that. We can be flexible. So yeah, so we had to do it. So that's so when you go and play the game and you see this thing that's this giant mushroom person, I guess you'll know that that wasn't always intended, but it's made a lot better because of that.
I like that. Stuff like that I feel like should happen. And like you were talking earlier about how you just want to make the game fun and you want to make people laugh and you want to make stuff that makes you laugh. I genuinely feel that there needs to be more energy like that in the game development part of the world right now. Everything just feels like a cash grab.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why I love indie so much, right? I think like that's where you see like a lot of the charm and the heart that goes into these games. The real passion projects do come out of sort of indies. I mean, there are still, AAA games that I love and they're really good games and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
there is stuff that is lost when you have hundreds and thousands of people on a team and committees and lots of things, and if you've got people looking at the numbers and making sure that everything, they're maximizing the amount that they can sort of get from it. And I get it because it's a business and stuff like that, but with indies, I feel while it is still a business because people still want to be able to make money and make games for a living, there's just a lot. I guess indies are riskier, I suppose, because they have to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where you get like a lot of projects which are literally just passion projects, and you can really feel sort of the passion from these really tiny teams that were sort of put into these games, and it really shines through. So yeah, we're hoping that comes across in our game as well.
It does. I love everything about it. It feels good to play. And the game it makes me feel good,
Oh, I love it.
We made it.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
Skater
go
Michael.
down,
Oh, that
go
was another
down.
question I had. So, what inspired some of the Michaels? I know there was one that's literally My Chemical Romance. I thought that was
Yeah.
adorable. Like, hold on, let me go back to the...
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess with we like naming them Michael, like that was an Ellie idea. Like, so the other half of the studio, her name's Ellie. She just came up with basically making these collectibles. They're all called Michael. They're all little blob things, and it's just so ridiculous. But then the in terms of each style, we sort of just sat there with like a spreadsheet open, and we just started listing a whole bunch of ridiculous ideas, and then some of them were as simple as just like Cat Michael or Hiker Michael or any of these things, but then some were a bit more ridiculous, like the Michael Romance, which is the Mikey one, and first day of school Michael, and there's
First day of school, Michael. I don't think I found
think
that one.
I think that's the one. Is that the one on the chair over there? I think there was. It's like one of the back.
Oh, yes, it is. Okay, never mind. I do have that Michael.
So yeah, and there's so many more Michaels. I think in the demo there might be. I can't remember that. I think there's like 3, 4, 12, 15 at most Michaels or something like that. 12 maybe if you've got them all. But the in the actual game, I think there's something closer to 60. So
that's so many Michaels.
There's so many Michaels, and they'll have a bit of part to play in the story and stuff as well. But the coming up with those ideas is a lot of fun too, because once again we just make them as ridiculous as possible.
And as you should. I mean, it's all
and
about
a lot of them are
fun.
quite easy to make anyway. I think like once you have the base for them, and it's sort of just adding on like the little asset and stuff like that. Whether it's like a hairdo or a prop or something like that.
Yeah,
And a lot of the joke is generally just within the name.
like Michael with the cool hat, for example.
Yeah, totally.
And so why the basketball hoop? I know I've been throwing Michael's into it for a good portion of the start of the stream, but
For no reason other than it's ridiculous. I think just because like it was fun being able to pick these things up and throw them around, and then I just thought that we needed something to throw them at, you know, if you were going to do that. So and in the game, something that we're kind of working on now is achievements as well. So there'll be achievements for I think one of the achievements is getting like 10 Michael baskets in a row or something like that. So
oh,
yeah,
I can't pick up
it's
the cat.
it's just a lot.
Oh, never mind. But no, I am very excited for when this comes out. Are you guys? And I know you guys have people in the. Or am I allowed to talk about stuff that's like talked about in the Discord?
Yeah, of course.
I know you guys have a lot of people that go in there and do like speed runs and stuff. Are you guys going to be doing any like competitions with speed runs for Michael levels or anything like that in the future?
I would assume so. I think I haven't like planned anything sort of like at this stage in terms of like the like post-release runs or anything like that, but I think we do have loose plans for like competitions and stuff, and from that you get keys, Discord roles, all that type of stuff. I think that's stuff that's usually handled not by me, which is so I can't really talk too much to it because I don't really know, but yeah, I imagine that those type of competitions are gonna, I think they did one for Steam Next Fest, and
Nice.
a little plushy Michael got given away, which was really cool.
Oh,
And
I love
and
that.
I'm super jealous because I don't have one yet either. So
You're the game dev. Why don't you have one?
soon. You gotta keep me hungry, right?
Well, when you get one, you have to send one to me too. All right? Can we make that a deal? A little handshake?
Okay, sure.
But no, I do think that this game is really cool, and I think it's going to go places. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more than like the 4 levels. And it's going to be like
Yeah. So there's going to be four acts, and within each act, I think there's like 6 or so sort of levels, and there's some extra ones. But I guess like we're also working on other sort of like smaller extra levels and stuff as well, and it'll depend on timing whether a lot of those get added in on release or whether they're a post launch update. But yeah, there'll be definitely a lot more than the 4 levels in the demo.
okay. And I guess one of my last questions is going to be like, what's something that almost made it in, but you ended up having to cut? If you can tell me.
Yeah, there are lots of things like that. I think there's a lot of ideas that we had that, especially within the past year or so, once we started locking in proper timelines, that we just had to table and say maybe for another game. I think we nearly had this whole time travel aspect to it that we had some like really cool ideas for, but
Interesting.
it was just one of those things that it was just too far out of scope. So maybe for Teeto 2 or for the next game or anything like that, you might see some of that stuff. But yeah, and there definitely comes a time where we have to be very real with ourselves to stop ourselves from going crazy, because that's I mean that's a surefire way to never release a game if you just keep trying to implement every cool idea that you have. So,
Yeah.
they had to stop at some point and make the tough decision of, yeah, just saying maybe for the next one.
I get that. Circling back a little bit to when we were talking about the crossover stuff. If there was a crossover you could do with Teeto, what would you want it to be? Out of
I mean,
anything.
you reach for the stars. Like I'd like anything with the huge Nintendo games. I think, you know, like Super Mario, Kirby, any of those ones. Doing something with Spyro would be amazing,
It would be.
obviously. Um, to indie games, like A Hat in Time is one of my favorite games. So doing something with that, that would be unbelievable. But yeah, I mean, just any of those games that inspired us, you know, if we could get a Banjo Kazooie skin in there or something, that would be amazing. I think those probably a bit too big and a bit too far out of reach, but
You never know.
yeah, yeah, totally. Any of those ones I think would be amazing. And I think, I mean, even some of the stuff that we have managed to lock down has been crazy. And I think it's like, it's also super validating because we, you know, a couple years ago, we were just nobodies, just trying to, you know, see if we could make something in a game. And now, you know, we managed to make something that's going to be out. It's going to be out in consoles and stuff like that. That's just so, it's still so crazy to us what we've managed to do. So yeah, it's really really exciting to for what's going to come in the next couple months, I think, of release and then everything else. You know, it's going to be a really cool year.
I don't doubt that. And I'm truly excited to see what comes next for this game. And then I suppose my last question for you.
Yeah.
What do you want Teeto to be for people?
That's a good question. I think I would just like it to be just a fun little escape. You know, it's not a huge game. It's not a serious game. It's kind of it's a silly game, but I just want it to be fun. I just want people to not have to think a lot about things. Like, it's not necessarily like a challenging game, you know? It's just, I just hope that it's just fun. And it's just someone that, you know, you can just jump on and you can play a level or two, or you can smash through the whole thing if you want. But just to be able to jump on and have a play and it being fun and have a laugh and stuff, I think that's at its core, that's all I really want. So yeah, if people enjoy it, that's totally enough.
Oh, we need more game devs like you out there.
Well, I mean, I would obviously, like, I would like the game to sell well and make so we can, you know, fund the next game or for it to be successful in that way. But I would much rather it be a good game in general and for people to like it. So, I mean, that's the real motivation.
Do that. And honestly, I couldn't have hoped for a better answer than that. That makes me happy because I just want more games that people can just feel good about playing and not try hard, not be like everybody playing Fortnite and all that.
Yeah, I mean, there were sort of like aspects of the game that we kind of like built in terms of like, oh, we you know, some parts were like behind gates and stuff like that, and it ended up being kind of frustrating, but like it elongated the play. But we eventually just said, like, what's the point of this? Like, I would much rather the game be a bit shorter and not be frustrating at any point in time than making people play for longer just to sort of squeeze more time out of them. So we had, a few instances of things like that where we kind of just stopped ourselves and were like, is this fun or is it not fun? And if it's not fun, get rid of it. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that.
Okay. And I did fib. I have one more question for you, and I apologize for keeping you so long. I know you got a lot of stuff you're working on. But if you could give one piece of advice to someone who's trying to make their first game, like you have been, what's something you would tell them?
Ooh, that's tough. I think probably a couple things. I would say the most important thing is just to do it, just to make something and put it out there. I think just I mean, that's the only way to learn. You learn by doing. So get in, make your thing, put it out, be both thick-skinned because some people can be very critical,
Yeah.
but also be open to all sorts of feedback for advice. Listen to everything, but it doesn't mean you have to do everything because you can't please everyone, and you'll get stuck in such a rut if you try to um, sort of integrate everyone's feedback. So you kind of have to know, figure out roughly like what you want, and then use everyone else's feedback to sort of hone in on that, I suppose. Um, but yeah, make something that you're passionate about. I think there's been a lot of advice of for first time game devs to never to don't start with your sort of magnum opus. Don't start with your dream game. Start small. Make a whole bunch of small games because yeah, you save your dream game for down the line, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think I can understand the premise of that advice being, start with something achievable, I think. But at the same time, I would argue that you have to start with something you're passionate about because that is
Yeah.
going to help keep the motivation. Like if we like decided to make a make a game in a more popular genre, especially with PC gaming. If we were to make something that's a little bit more simulatory, or something where you build things, or like a horror game or something that performs generally better genre wise, it wouldn't be the same because we just wouldn't be passionate about it because this is the type of game that we wanted to make. So I think that a lot of that is what kept us going, was the fact that we have had and we are having a lot of fun making it. And I think that's really important, especially if it ever gets to a point where it kind of becomes a job. Like this started as like a part-time hobby thing for us outside of our regular work, and now it's a full-time job,
Yeah.
and it's a really difficult thing to um, I guess, to work with if you are like once you turn something that you're passionate about, once you turn like a hobby into a job, you have to be very careful about, I guess, like you still want it to be fun. You don't want it to be something that you wake up and you're like, ugh, I have to go to work and I have to work on this game. Ugh, I just want to, Um, so just doing whatever you can to sort of make it fun will really help get it out the door. I think, which is a huge achievement and stuff. Like we've never shipped a game. We will this year, obviously, but lots of game devs, first time game devs, will work on this big project and they'll never finish it. Um, so I do understand that making something small and achievable, but as long as you're passionate about it, I think that's much more important.
I can definitely agree with that. And then I guess to close out, because I know you have to go back. I know you have to get back to work.
Yeah.
And I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this. I know I'm
Oh,
sure
no worries.
a lot of people probably badger you to talk about stuff,
I'm happy to talk about this though.
but I mean, is there anything else that you want to say to because I mean, I'm streaming it, so people are coming in and watching. Is there anything you want to tell them about the game that might make them want to come check it out, or other than the wonderful
Um,
things you've already been telling me?
yeah, I mean, just this is a real passion project that I made with my partner. It's made from, our love of 3D platformers and all sorts of sort of adventure games that we grew up with. So this is a real love letter to that. And yeah, we just wanted to make it as fun as possible. And it's one of those games I feel that you really understand it once you get in there and play it. I think it kind of looks like I think it looks like decent in terms of like when you see clips and videos of it, but I think the magic really comes alive like once you have the controller in your hand and you can play it and you can basically. You can feel it. So all I can say is check it out. Get the demo. It's free on Steam. Go play it. Tell us what you think. Unless it's really, really bad, and just maybe tell me nicely.
I can attest it is not really bad. It is quite a lovely game to play.
Yeah. But yeah, just check it out. I think that's the main thing.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being here with me today. It's been an absolute honor to get to talk to you.
No worries. Thank you as well.
Yeah. And I look forward to continuing to play the game and enjoy it and see it when it comes out.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much. And thanks for your time as well. Been amazing.
Thank you for having me. I hope you have fun at work.
Thanks. I will.
See you around.
I'll see you later. Bye.
Well, chat, wasn't that fun? I'm sorry I wasn't talking to you like that whole time. I was trying to make sure that I was in the zone, you know, for the interview and stuff. Because I've been very excited about this for the past, like, 2 weeks. But how are you doing, chat? Are you doing well? I see Benji's here. It's good to see you. WDevs, dude, that was so nice. That dude is awesome. I'm so excited for when this game fully comes out because, like, even for being a demo, it runs great. It's gorgeous. It's fun as all get out to play. And it looks like, oh, you can see like a preview of what the next levels are going to be in the background here. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. Need more devs like this. That's what I said. I was saying that during the interview. I truly believe that we need more stuff that is just fun to play. Also, thank you everybody for coming in and like being here for this interview. I also need to check out this luchador outfit because I didn't find it last time. Hold on. Hold on, chat. Sorry. Give me 2 seconds. You just downloaded the demo? Heck yeah. That luchador outfit is adorable. Anyways. I love it. I love it.
Butter. Add butter. Add butter. Add butter. Add butter. Add butter.
Butter. Yep, now you can do the butters. Apologies for not reacting to that earlier. But no. Please check out this game. It's well worth your time. Well worth it. There's only 4 levels right now and a speed running thing for the final level. Oh god dang it. Wait, no. Bunny, the devs were watching. The publishing company is watching. You're gonna get me in trouble. No, I'm kidding. You're fine. I don't think they're here anymore. But say less. No, don't get me in trouble with the devs. I want to keep doing. I want to work with them at some point or something. No, don't get me in trouble.
My jizz.
Oh god dang it. Granny, no. Why would you do this? Why are you banning words? God dang it. But anyways, I digress. This stream was mainly for talking about the game with the dev, meeting him, getting to know his story on why he does all the things he did. We got to find out a whole bunch of fun information. And I am truly excited for the potential this game has. And as you guys know, I've been kind of tilting more into like the cozy horror genre when it comes to playing games, or at least when it comes to playing newer games, and I plan on continuing that. And when this game fully releases, I will be finding some way to play it, and I hope you guys will join me on that adventure. But until then, I am going to call a stream because I do have to go watch my show and take care of wife. But we're going to go ahead and raid Flurry because they're playing Pocopia, and we like Pocopia, right, chat? We love Pocopia. But as always, I'm always going to say this. Thank you for being here with me. Don't boo me. I said it was going to be a short interview, and we went longer than we were even supposed to. Which, thank you, Mitch, for doing that with me and spending time with me. No, I have to do things, Kitty. I'm sorry. But I promise I'm going to drop you off with a good streamer who you will love. I do what I want, Kitty. But again, thank you for being here. I hope you guys check out the game and enjoy Flurry's content and enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you for being here. Oh, I didn't start the raid soon enough. Whoops. Anyways, W streamer. Anyways, have fun with Flurry. I will see you guys tomorrow. Not sure what we're going to play yet, but we'll have fun no matter what because I know I've got you guys. But as per usual, have a great night. Drink water, eat food, all that good stuff. And peace from the Pumpernickel Party. Have a good night, folks.
You gotta live your life. That's the who does that? I'm glad oh, Pumper. Hey, dude, thanks for the raid, man. Yo, Raiders, welcome in. Can we get a shout out for Pumper? Thanks, dude. How was your stream? I'm surprised.